Hello, this is Biased Cellist, and it's Christmas time, so I'm gonna give you my biased opinion on the Nutcracker, and we're gonna go through the entire score together. Are you ready? As you can see, the overture is the best part, and you have to remember that it's in 2. Alright, we get number 1, the scene. I like this piece a lot because I feel that it is very calming. Ya da 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 da. I like the clarinet part when this part comes up, very nice. Later on in scene 1, there's this part that it's impossible to play. So I just wrote a note to myself that said, just play whatever. Yeah, so I think it's just important to remember where the beats happen and then make sure to punch that C and then that A and then that C and then that A again. You know, when the beat's happening. And then there's this part that's just like impossible for any wind player to play unless it's like a professional recording, and even I think that those might be sped up a little bit. Get some oboe Q notes, very, very helpful. But here you get an insight into my fingering, which puts you into thumb position there. It's very, very useful. So cellists, go into thumb position here, it's great. Here we go. All right, the march. One of my favorites. I love the pizzicato bit here for the cello. Dum bum 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 bum. It's just so very good, so very cellistic, and I think that the basses have it too. And then later on in the piece, the bassoons have it in like double time. I don't know why they thought that the bassoons could play that fast, but they do. I actually sometimes this is really fast. I like a little bit slower. In the piece that I did, we had a cut, which is sad because I love this piece. Anyway, I love this part here where you have each quarter note of the measure has this run in it for each part of the string section, so it kind of goes like so cool. Any recording's gonna really highlight that. Oh, I just love this. This is such a good piece. Okay, and then there's this Petite Galop des Enfants et Entrées de Parents. This is one of the most important parts for the cello, because if cellos don't come in there, then everybody's screwed. Okay, this is a great cello solo. Bom, 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 bom. Yeah, this part's really hard to remember the naturals because we've been playing in sharps for forever, and so I had to write them all big. See, natural. Don't forget it. Yeah, this is weird. This part, okay. Ooh, I really like this. It's got this really awesome viola solo that apparently violists really hate, but I think it's really cool. And it's like a viola and trombone duet. And that's just really awesome to me. And in the production that I was doing, it's like Drosselmeyer is coming and talking to people on stage, and it's just like, Drosselmeyer is so weird. He is like accompanied by this awkward viola and trombone duet with muted horns. And then this music is like really it's really suspenseful sounding. It's just like, oh no, dun 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 dun, and then dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, so these like quintuplet things are everywhere in the Nutcracker. All instruments have them pretty much. And I don't know why like Tchaikovsky didn't write a trill there instead of quintuplets, but I think he just really, really wanted 5 notes. But I know maybe the professional sections play all of those notes in time, but like who would put the time to like practice that? Again, you get the cool duet again, except here it's bassoons and cello, and that's pretty cool. Oh, and basses. This is one of my favorite parts in the first act because it's like this crazy clarinet solo that goes like and then it just gets faster. Well, in our production we got faster anyway. It's so cool. Like in the production that we did, it's like Drosselmeyer is drinking wine and he's like, oh my gosh, let me bring out the crazy human-sized ballerina doll. Let's do that. But it's just like he's so weird and nuts. Anyway, this part is like not in the suite at all. I just think it's really cool. It's like this little moment. Molto più presto. This is like the creepy robot ballerina dance. Creepy robot ballerina is like one of the... For some reason, it doesn't really creep out anybody else, but I just really, really enjoy the creepiness of it. This is one of the hardest things in the world to get in tune. I used to do it in thumb position, but I don't anymore. Horrible. I don't know why, but F sharp octaves are the worst. Okay. This part's cool. You know, it's actually like not easy to play. This part especially, since this thing here is a pain in the butt. Because it's like a super fast bow change, and it's really hard to play this interval without changing the string. So it's kind of like it'll look like you're very frantic, and it's always super fast. And also, people tend to rush this thing, you know, bum 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 bum. And if you want to not rush it, just give these quarter notes the proper length. I think people always shortchange them. Let's see. What else is there? Oh, scene 5. I hate this song! It's so weird! Oh god. It's got like this really awkward, like, English horn part, and I'm not really sure what's supposed to be the melody. I think it's all supposed to fit together, but like, the English horn part is, I don't know, it's just hanging out there. It's like, why does it do that? Why did you write this? This is also really awkward because it goes like, it's like a duet between cellos and the winds, and it goes da 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 da, and then the winds go da 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 da, and the winds go da 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 da. It's just like the winds are written super heavy right here, and then we're supposed to play like a little bit more forte every time, but it always gets like super loud because it's hard to play these octaves without giving them some sort of strength, and they're also on the G string, so they're a little loud. As you can see, the conductor kept asking us to play quieter, but I don't know if we did. Anyway, I think it's a very awkwardly written piece, and I'm glad that it's not in the Nutcracker suite and that nobody knows about it, and that it is pretty short. This is like Clara's little dance. This is another, like, one of the most important parts for the cello, because if no one plays here, or if they don't play properly here, everyone is screwed, because we're the only ones with on beats. Bum bum. I wrote left-hand accents, I guess. I could care less for the melody, but I really like the ratchet sound when she starts playing with the Nutcracker. And I guess in our production, it's her brother that kind of breaks it, and then the Drosselmeyer takes out like a magic screwdriver like they have in Doctor Who and starts playing with it. This is awkward to play. See, like our conductor told us to go get super quiet here. But, it's kind of hard to hit this note without just totally, like, banging. I like, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. And we're supposed to be continuing some other line, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum, you know. Whatever. This is just something, like, that's good to practice in, like, a string player sectional. This is, like, that toy trumpet part where they're all dancing, and then the, like, kids come out with the toy trumpets and, like, bother. Like, the boys bother the girls. I think that's kind of lame. Anyway, it's annoying to have to count this. This is a pain in the ass to play for some reason. I think it's because of the string crossings, and also because the E flat is flat here, and the B natural is natural here. So this is like your first finger, and this is also your first finger, and you have to adjust it. Otherwise, you'd definitely go for the B flat instead of the natural, just on instinct. And it happens again here. You'd play this with your first finger, and then you'd play this with your first finger, but it has to be in a different position. This one has to be extended, and this one has to just be normal. Ugh! Tempo to gross fodder. Okay. I don't like this piece that much. But, I was playing it with the Youth Symphony, and you know, it's just like it looks really boring, but when I played it with an adult symphony, it sounded so much better, because I think youth symphonies treat this kind of like slow, boring waltz type of thing. They're like, whatever, I'll just play every note and it doesn't matter. But the adult symphony actually treated this music like it was music, and they phrased it, and they were just delicate with it, so it sounded so good. So yeah, probably the reason I hate this is because I've been playing it with youth symphony, and youth symphony players don't have any finesse because they think this is boring, and so they play it very flat. Flat as in boring, not flat as in flat. Okay, this always gets repeated like a random number of times, and I don't know why. They're doing some sort of dance. This is, weirdly enough, one of the hardest pages, because the intonation is difficult, and it's very quiet, and I just get really, really tired right around here. Because you have to play it piano or pianissimo, as the conductor asked us to, and you have to play this double stop, or you can decide not to, I guess. You could just choose one of the notes. But if you keep playing the same double stops, then your hand turns into a claw, and it hurts, and then you have to vibrate it, and it has to be quiet and smooth. It's just really hard. And it's a whole cello bass section balanced against one English horn, so it's like, you really gotta be quiet there. This part's fun. Da dun dun da 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 da. But when I was playing with the youth orchestra, I guess youth orchestra players just don't have very good intonation on the lower strings, so it sounded kind of sucky every time. It's too bad because it's a really nice melody. And this is where all the magic happens, as you can see. I don't know why Tchaikovsky didn't write... I don't know why he decided to make these sextuplets, because no one's gonna hear them anyway. This is a really cool moment, when the whole cello section is just like, vroom! And that's when the flute comes in with a pretty solo. Okay, and then you can see that there's a bell. That's when the clock strikes midnight. Although recently I was in the adult symphony production where it only rang 11 times. And I was like, wait, who's counting? Okay, this is where kind of shit gets real. There we go. Now this is what's great about Tchaikovsky, is that he gives us a lot of difficult music, but once you get your fingers around it, it's not that hard. I like this part. This part's pretty cool. I could never really, when I play these notes, I'm not really sure what I'm playing, except for, I always aim for these two to be in tune, but and then there's a big, awesome brass section here. Then this is I think when Drosselmeyer and Clara start dancing. It's really pretty. I love this tune. Da 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 da. Yeah, it's great. I kind of get a little bit. I get really moved every time we make this big crescendo up to this F here, and then there's this huge cymbal bass drum crash, and it's whoa, so cool. And then we go back to piano, and then it's really cool because the winds are doing triplets in the background, and we're playing against the triplets. We're playing duples there, and then we're playing this dotted rhythm against the triplets. Oh, it's so cool. It just creates this feeling of tension and build up, and it's cool. Whenever we played it with so the trombones are playing with the cello section here, and the conductor told us to kind of exaggerate the dots, but I don't think the trombones ever got the memo, and he never corrected them, so it really pissed me off that we were going dun da dun and they were going dum bum bum. Come on, trombones, get your act together. Anyway, we were playing with them here. This part's difficult because the intonation is really hard because there's a lot of random accidentals. This is super intense. Bum 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 bum. And then there's another big cymbal crash here, and it's awesome, and we just build up again forever. And then This is like intense. This is super intense. A lot of bows moving super fast, and then we get to hear that's just like which is super fun to play, except like once I kind of like blew my load on like this page because I was so into it, and then I didn't have anything left for like this page, and I died, and like my wrist was like and so yeah, since everyone's playing really loud here, it's not really that important to do floor fortes. Probably just like, if you're watching this and you're a cello player, take it down to like mezzo forte and just pretend that you're playing that loud. Although, good to play super loud here. Yeah, don't kill yourself. Alright, this is when like the mouse gets shot or something. I don't know. There's always a gunshot. Just a cool thing. This part's really hard to count. I don't know why. I think it's because the winds sound like they're like 2 beats off from where they should be, but that's just how Tchaikovsky do, I guess. But this is super fun to play. This is not fun to play. For some reason, like going chun ta da dun ta da dun ta da dun ta da dun is really hard on that, just like to continue forever. And I got the idea to do ricochet bowing, but and I wrote it down even, but no one else in the section kind of took me up on it, so I don't want to be the only jackass who was doing it, so I didn't. This is awesome. We get the same theme again, but it's in double forte. This is super cool. Yeah, I love how we play the same thing that the bass trombone's doing here, except we go dun da dun da dun da dun da dun da dun da. That's again like very tiresome, but it's worth it to save your energy to do this. Okay, and then you think like, alright, it's time for a rest, but no. This is probably the most energy intensive piece of music in the whole piece. Except this is all down bow, and it's like the fast, super fast retake down bows. So you have to go like chun 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 chun. Yeah, it's super intense. That's like one of my favorite things to play, even though it's so intense. Here I had to write out what the notes were, because if you know, it's not really that fair to give us an E sharp and then a G and then the F double sharp when it's this fast. It's kind of mean. So I wrote it out, and that helped a lot. And I don't think I've ever done these grace notes. I don't think it's that important. And then we get to here again, and this is where I usually like take a break, like somewhere in here, because my arm's like all like stiff from doing all those down bows, and so I'm like stretch it out like we go da 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 da. We have that again. All right, and then some poor sap has to turn a page, piece of cake. Again, we get these, and I usually take a break here too. This part's hard to get in time with the violins because they usually rush here, and because the cellos and the violins have like 16th notes going up the scale, and then these tied 8th notes, but the violins have the 16th notes here, and then they have those tied 8th notes here, so we're switching off our parts. And that's usually kind of a recipe for a train wreck, because people don't take tied 8th notes very seriously. You know, if anything happens in between here and here, we usually combine our powers here, where we just get like 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, 8th note. This part's really fun. This part's fun. And then the like bassoons have something really cool here. And then we go boom, boom. And that's like the heartbeat, because I guess like the Rat King is dying here. Boom, boom. And so that's like the end of the battle scene. That's super fun. Okay. Next is scene 8, and we just get like the most beautiful song ever. I love it so much. It's usually makes me tear up a little bit when we play it, but we get this, which is like nice and slow. Dum bum bum bum. So nice. Those look like cat ears. It's just wonderful. I love this piece so much. We have to play like loud and intensely, but it's just beautiful anyway. This is where you're like, wow, Tchaikovsky knows what he's doing with strings. Like, he really does. This couldn't be any more beautiful. It's because of how this is written. You have to kind of hold your breath, so to speak, here, and rush the bow on this note, and then rush them on both these notes. So it kind of like phrases, you know, ha, ha, ha. So like these notes are inherently louder because of the way that bows work, and it's so good. Like this note is going to be inherently softer because it's longer. And you have long notes for cellos and violins. They're softer because you're saving the bow, just inherently. And then if you want like a sustained, really loud sound, you do this kind of thing where you're like, it's tremolo notes. So it's like da 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 da. Cymbal crashes are so cool here. This says con tutta forza, but I usually poop out like around here, and so I've actually never played these bars with all of my strength because I'm sometimes just taking a break there and also preparing for this bar because it's a tough jump to make that. So, and I don't want to get this note out of tune. Oh, it's so good. And then we get like, you know, everybody's favorite, Vals de Flocon de Neige. This piece is so cool. This whole build up, like the way it starts is just like rest, rest, ba-da-doo, rest, rest, ba-da-doo, one, ba-da-dum, 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 boom. And then you get the cello part kind of sneaking in there. Dum, 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 da-dum, ba-da-dum. Yeah, that's really cool. Then you get all this like offbeat stuff. Now, I usually play this with a youth orchestra, and they're not very good at the offbeat stuff. Like, they just cannot follow the conductor's baton as well as an adult can, who usually plays musicals. So this part's usually kind of like, I have to just give in to the fact that no one's together. But when I played it with an adult group this year, it just like all made sense. And I think it's because the youth conductor decided to do this part in 1, but like, it's so helpful to do it in 3. It's just very, very clear. So even though it takes a lot of arm energy, conductors, please conduct this in 3. And then usually there was like, the youth orchestra, there's some weird like tempo things going on in this measure where like the winds would already be like half a beat faster, and then we just have to catch up with the pizzicatos. Yeah, this part's cool. Because the third trombone is going bom, 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 bom. That part's always cool. And then I love playing these notes because they're like, you can really articulate them and make it sound really awesome. Don't forget to count this. Then this is where the chorus comes in, and sometimes there's no chorus, so I sing while playing that. And this is a chorus plays again here. This part's so freaking awesome to play. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's because like we're playing with the trombones, normally I don't like playing with trombones because then it quickly becomes pointless to play at all. Because okay, you get like a section that's like 5 times louder than us. Why are we playing 2? Are we just there to look pretty? But no, what's cool is that the trombones are playing the quarter notes and tied notes. And we're actually playing the 8th notes too, so we get like another note in, so it actually like creates some texture. And then these chords I can never tune. It doesn't really matter that much. If I couldn't hear myself, then who could hear me anyway? Then this like harp thing is cool. Jump! It ends with like bum. This part's awesome. It's really, really hard to sing though. Yeah, and then it just keeps going. I love it. It's actually really hard to play these chromatic things and like remember which notes you're staying on and whatever, but whatever. Oh, for some reason like this chord is in like this scale is incredibly hard to get into. Oh, because it's E major, that's why. So make note, I don't like E major. Okay, this is the end of the first act. It's just so nice. I love it when composers give us a double stop like that's a major 6th at the end. It's just like really, really nice. It's good stuff. It makes us feel special. Okay, here we go. Act 2! Act 2! Da 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 da. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it because it's E major. Ah. Ugh. For some reason, I just like could never get this in tune. I don't know why. Maybe because I'd just come back from intermission. Oh, I don't like playing this either. It makes me tired. Still makes me tired. It's usually where the cute angels come out though, so I can look at the cute angels. I don't know why Tchaikovsky again like wrote out these trills. Does this really have to be a quintuplet? Anyway, this part's fun to play. Yeah, for some reason, like, my youth orchestra could never get these notes in tune. I don't know, maybe because E major. Okay, this part's cool. I like the weird flute thing. I love this. I think this is the entrance of our heroes, like, into this candy palace or wherever. I usually, like, start tearing up because of this theme. Because just, like, you know, all the force of the trombone section is playing with you, and it's just really awesome. And guess what? This is the same theme as the pas de deux, so it's foreshadowing the pas de deux. This is really fun to play. At like your full strength. Yeah, con tutta forza. You should have written that there. For some reason, this never gets in time. This is really fun to play. Dolce. So good. Oh man, the battle theme is back. But this time, it's not slurred. I don't know why. Why not slur? And this time we also get to like play what the violins are playing. Okay, well, in our production, the prince guy was just telling them about the battle, but apparently in other productions, the Rat King actually comes back and starts fighting during this part, which sounds way more exciting. Listen to the winds modeling. This part's so fun. I think it's just like these intervals. Da, and then this part, like da 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 da. I don't know why, but that's really fun. So the advertisements. I don't really have much to say about these. The advertisement is where the cello part starts getting really boring, because it's just kind of like, listen to the soloist. So love the trumpet solo. If you're a trumpet player and you get to play this, good for you. You probably are sad that it's not in the suite. I'm sorry about that. This part's kind of fun, actually. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, the cafe. This is really, really hard to play. It's because it's piano, and it's because it's, like, the same thing over and over again. But also, like, right about here is, like, where my arm and my wrist and my back, and then everything starts to hurt. And I die. So you use 60 measures of the same thing, and then you have to count, and then we have kind of like 25 measures of the same thing, and then 17 measures of the same thing, and that ends with P. So play like P on the cello is actually like kind of a pain. It's a pain in the butt. Whatever. This one's beautiful to listen to, but it's kind of a pain. Okay, the T. Everyone says that this one is too short, but I don't agree. I think that is a fine length for a piece of music. Oh yay! Best second act piece! The Russian dance, the Tropak. Oh, it's so fun. Okay. But here's my bowing for this one. It's like dun 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 dun. This part's really cool. You have to practice this measure a lot. That one's hard. Everything else is really, really awesome. You get 2 up bows here and it sounds really cool. Because this is like super dotted now. Yeah, that's great. I wish I could play this one like twice in a row. It's a great song. Okay, dance to Mirlitons. I don't know what Mirlitons are, but they're dancing. I always lose count during these because I'm watching the cute dancing. Alright, here's the Mother Ginger, I guess, and La Polichinelles. This is the weirdest dance in the world, and I love watching it. I go really hard on these pizzicatos, and I have this crazy big blister because of it. And then, like, it always seems to me that the other cellists, like, don't play. I don't know why, but it seems like I'm the only one who's playing these. I don't know why. This is super fun to play. Dun 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 dun. Tchaikovsky really liked starting his melodies kind of halfway through the bars. It was kind of hard to count. What a tricky little guy. This one also gives me a blister because it's like triple forte pizzicato. But it's super fun. This is fun. I wrote a note to myself to actually count because of the crazy middle of the bar thing. This is so weird. I love it. This is also very, very fun to play. Everything here is just like a total roller coaster, and it's fun and it's crazy. I'm sad that this isn't in the Nutcracker suite because it's a really popular and cool piece. Well, it's like the orchestration is a little weird because as the kids are like coming out of the Mother Ginger, like here, it's like really weird oboe stuff. Okay, here we get the Valse de Fleurs, and this is like a nice, finally a break. This is where I actually get to sit back. Thank you for these 28 measures of rest, Tchaikovsky. Finally! Yeah, this is fun, I guess. I like this piece. It's pretty. These repeats are kind of a pain to play, but everyone loves them, so. And also, like, our orchestra got pretty good at them. Thank you for another 30 bars of rest. You really, really deserve it. And then we get this nice cello stuff! Do, 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 do. So much fun. I have to practice this jump here. It's not easy to make that jump. This part's fun. This part's hard to practice. But it's super fun once you get it under your fingers. So dramatic, Tchaikovsky. Writing these. I love these. Da-dum, bottom, 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 bottom. In a waltz, it's just genius. This piece is genius, and it's such a good waltz. It's so good. The pas de deux. This is the best piece ever. It starts up in the tenor clef, and it's just like in the most sweet spot that you could ever have for a cello. Right here. G, tenor clef, ending sweetly on the D string. The D string is like very mild and sweet, and so like if you want to have that kind of like powerful sound and then a decrescendo, it's like perfect! These notes are like always will sound nice on the cello like that. This note is a great note to crescendo on because it's a G. And you can get, like, when you crescendo and play loudly on it, you get a nice ring from the actual G string. Then this note sounds very sultry on any cello. Like, this is just so really freaking well written. This note is also a good note to crescendo on. And then these are like freaking so fun to go up on. And they're very, very easy. They fall into the fingers very, very well. This note's super fun. This like ascending like da 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 da. It's brilliant. When you go up the A string like that, you're like naturally gonna get louder and brighter, and so like it's such a good like way to crescendo on the cello. Also, this note's gonna be like an insanely mild-mannered little eighth note because you've crescendoed all the way up to this D on the A string, and then you like go over to the D string there, and it's just like gonna be this natural like bit of phrasing that it's gonna be crescendo there. It's just like genius! So good! That's really fun. This incalzando is super, super fun. The animando going da 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 da. So easy and awesome, and it's just like sounds great. You don't even have to work hard at it for it to sound great. Ugh. And then it's really, really fun to play these with the trombones there, especially if they're in tune and if you're in tune. But it's hard to get these together with the trombone section because cellos and trombones are so far away from each other in the orchestra, and they don't get eye contact, and they apparently have a completely different way of interpreting the conductor. So our production cut here, which, you know, I don't think it's that bad. I think as long as you don't cut this part, you're good. I don't even know what they're doing on stage during this point. I guess they're dancing with each other because they love each other so much. Oh yeah, this part's really cool. When the winds get it right, it's just like this bum 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 dun 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 da 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 da. That's really cool when they do that. I don't really have any feelings about this tarantella. Blah blah. I guess the guy's dancing, like, but what's annoying about this tarantella is that it's not simple enough that I can watch him dance. I don't have a lot of feelings about this piece either, the Sugar Plum Fairy dance. I guess, like, the cellist was a new instrument, and that, like, this is, like, one of the first pieces to ever use the cellist. So, that's cool. I get, like, worried about the ballerinas when I watch them, because they look nervous. They don't look like they're... And I don't quite get the dance. Oh, by the way, I watch this because I'm, like, not usually the 4 people playing it. So, I don't understand the dance. It doesn't look like a dance to me, it just looks like something that's hard. Why are you making her do something so hard? I've played this presto maybe 2 times in my life, it's usually cut. Okay. The coda is fun. Super, super fun. It's such good music for strings. It's so, so good, because you have this, like, da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum. It's really, really easy to make this sound good by running the bow on this note. So, it's really fun to play. And it sounds good. The whole section playing it sounds really good. It's like, Tchaikovsky freaking knew what he was doing, man. Okay. Here's the end. The Valse Finale. I hate this one. I don't like this piece. It's boring, and it just continues. Gah. So long, and then I guess everyone comes back. I don't know. At this point, I'm just like so tired. I don't feel like playing this, but I have to. This is the worst part of it. You get this repeat in here, and I'm just so tired from playing the piece, and like so tired from the pas de deux. Like, I just want it to end. When we get here, I'm just so happy that it's over. And that's the end. Yay! Yay!